Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and it's Premier League midweek fixtures, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right in the Christmas festive time. This is what football's all about and this is That's Football. So welcome to the show everybody. Hope you're all doing really well. We're starting off with Fulham against Man City, which is about to start in about 3 minutes time. Then we're going to have Spurs at Newcastle at 8:15 when this is at half time. Bournemouth are playing Everton as well tonight. Obviously, loads of big games tomorrow. Is there multi-view, says Elliot Jackson? I don't know, but we're sponsored by Air Up. It's a welcome return. I'll talk about that. And we've got a 10% discount through the link in the description or scanning the QR code. So lots to talk about tonight. What game are you doing tomorrow, says Stephen? Do you think Ginger will win the jungle? If not, who do you think will win? I don't watch Celebrity Jungle Person. I don't watch it. I've never watched it. I'll never watch it. So I hope Ginge wins it, but I don't watch it. So I don't know who's going to win it. There's your answer, and thank you very much for your super chat. We will be doing Liverpool-Sunderland tomorrow, I think, at 7:30. I think that's what's happening tomorrow. So look, lots to get into on the show tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Share the video. So we're sponsored by Air Up. If you don't know what Air Up is, literally, you get your bottle, you pop your little thing on the top, which is cherry for me. You could word that differently. They all come in different. I mean, you've even got like mocktails. So we've got like Virgin Mojito, Virgin Colada, Virgin Strawberry Daiquiri. But I've gone with cherry today. You can get apple, watermelon, iced tea, peach, wild berry. And basically how it works is you basically you put it on the top. You put your water in. And I think it's through the sense of smell that it makes it taste like cherry. It's incredible. So one thing I've been using recently, it's really helped me switch up and how much I'm drinking water is Air Up, because it's really simple. You fill the bottle, like I say, with plain water. You pop your flavour pod on, hold it upright, take a sip, and the flavour hits you through scent alone. No sugar, no additives, just proper hydration, but with a twist that makes it enjoyable. Cherry's been my favourite recently, like I said, but it keeps those things interesting through longer stream sessions. You can use the code Goldbridge. There is a code, Goldbridge, and get 10% off with Air Up. So what are you waiting for? Treat yourself. Great little Christmas present as well. Brilliant little Christmas present for the stocking. Get the bottle and get a few of these. Perfect time, actually, for Christmas. I've never even thought about that. Seb sorted. Can they send me another one? But 10% off with the code Goldbridge with Air Up. Check it out through the link in the description and delivered to your door, of course, as always. So very, very grateful to Air Up for getting involved. I've just missed the kickoff, which is because I've got so many things open. But yeah, give it a go. Fantastic. It will increase your water intake with no sugar, no additives, and a slight taste of whatever you want. All through the scent. The scent. It's amazing. 10% off with the code Goldbridge. Link in the description or scan the QR code. Right. Thank you very much to Air Up. Let's get this party started. We are currently, even Sky haven't put the timer up yet, so don't have a go at me. 28 seconds. We are 20. Oh, I was nearly there then. 35. Oh, I was nearly there then. 39. Bang. There we go. Great stuff. Let me get the team news on the screen for you as well. If Man City lose today, are they out the title race as Gaming Kid? I think that they can't afford to lose more games. I mean, I don't think you're out of the title race just because you lose a game in December. But looking at the league table, I think Man City have already lost 4 games. So when you're losing 5 games before Christmas, I think that makes it incredibly difficult to, put yourself into a title race. Having said that, if Arsenal were to win tomorrow and Man City were to lose here, that gap would be 8 points. So, look, I think Man City are in this title race. But it would be their 5th loss if they lose. So, lineups for both teams. We'll get that going round on the screen for you as well. Newcastle Spurs is coming up at 8:15. So we'll be hitting half time when that one starts. So it will be a seamless change. However, to talk about the team lineups. Manchester City are lining up with Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Vardiel, O'Reilly, Reinders, Gonzalez, Silva, Foden, Haaland and Doku. Rodri still not available for Man City, but Fulham have got a really good home record, by the way. I was talking about this on the United stand when we were previewing the West Ham game. Fulham have only conceded like 3 goals at home. I think it's something ridiculous like that. So they're doing very, very well at home. Lineup for Fulham: Leno, Tete, Anderson, Bassi, Sessegnon, Berg, Lukic, Smith-Rowe, Wilson, Iwobi and Jimenez. What has happened to Robinson for Fulham this year? And what has, well, I suppose what's happened to Kirkes as well. But Robinson was one of the best left-backs in the Premier League last season. And I think he's injured again at the moment, but he barely plays. Barely plays at all. Hi, Mark. What do you think about... mate, if you want to watch Barcelona against Atleti, fucking go and knock one out to the bloody La Liga. I don't watch La Liga, so I've got absolutely no interest in Barcelona Atletico Madrid. What do you think about Spurs if we convert our transfer targets, Semenyo and Tony? Low-key hoping we bring home Kane through the claws instead of Tony, however, says Joey. What do you think about Spurs if we convert our transfer targets, Semenyo and Tony? Well, I don't think you're going to get Ivan Tony because I think he's staying in Saudi. I mean, Semenyu's an opportunity, isn't it? Spurs need better players than what they've got. I get the feeling Semenyo will end up at a bigger club than Spurs. I know they didn't say that, but you can. I think they will end up at a bigger club than Spurs. Joey, with all due respect. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone who's tuning in. Got over 4,000 watching already. 7:30 just gone. And we have got the 7:30 games tonight. There is quite a lot of football going on tonight, as some people have already alluded to. We've got Bournemouth against Everton, which has just kicked off. Don't forget, Robbie went with a draw in that game and I went with a Bournemouth win. So up the Bournemouth. We've both gone with a City win and we both went with a Newcastle win. So the differential is the Bournemouth-Everton game. You don't know what you're going to get with Everton. Can't be out this early. Idea of form to come, though. Oh, what I've got on my foot here. Where's my phone? I'm getting like an old person. What's that? Got a little lump on the sole of my foot and it's been there for ages, but it doesn't hurt. You'll get old. I don't know what it is. It's like... strange. It's like two identical smooth dots. Sorry, I'm treating you like I'm at the doctor's. Anyway, that will take care of itself, no doubt. Can't be out this early. Idea of form to come, though, says A True Gents. Can't be out this early? What are you talking about? Can't be out this early. Idea of form to come, though, says A True Gent. You seem a little bit scared of your wine lately, says Alex. No, I had plenty of it on Saturday night, to be fair. I've just missed a sitter by Haaland as well. Sorry. My foot was slightly more interesting. I didn't miss a sitter because you lot tell me about it, so I didn't miss it. Oh, I've got some lifestyle stuff to talk to you about as well. Still 0-0 in the Bournemouth-Everton game. How has Haaland missed that? How is Haaland getting sitters? I mean, he's the most dangerous player in world football, and is it amazing movement or is it crap defending? Because he just seems to get a lot of sitters this season. Cooking with Goldbridge could be next week, Bobby. I've got a little bit more kitchen work this week, just finishing touches. We are using it, but I don't want to do cooking with Goldbridge until it's finished. So could be next. I'm thinking like sort of like next Thursday. That's a lovely little ball by Reinders, but it's all City at the moment. Predictions for Dortmund Leverkusen, says hello. You know what? I think you're talking about is it the German Cup this week? Which I've got to be honest, I don't really take a lot of notice of. Yeah, they're playing at 8 o'clock. Fulham on the attack. That's a lovely ball, but it's not going to get through to Smith Rowe. And I think it's going to go for a corner it is going to go to a corner for Fulham, but that's a good breakaway. Very good breakaway. And Fulham get a corner. Well, Dortmund won at Leverkusen on Saturday away from home. So I think Dortmund will win at home. Having a good season, Dortmund. So, corner to Fulham. Headed away. Foden takes it well as well. This could be a good counter, but it's a terrible pass by Foden. I mean, I don't know where that was going. It needs to be in front of Doku, and he plays it behind him. They have missed. I think Fulham. When you're Fulham and you don't have amazing strength and depth, they really have been a bit unfortunate with Anthony Robinson, and Muniz as well has been injured a lot this season. So, in fairness to Fulham, I've seen like Marco Silva get a little bit of criticism. However, it's difficult when you're missing those sorts of players. Good interception here by Fulham. Here's Jimenez. That looks like it's a foul to me, and the referee has given it on Diaz. When is the door giveaway, says Shri. I don't know what you're talking about. Title race City, can't be out of it this early, says a true gent. No, I agree with you. I sort of alluded that to that myself. I think that, if City were to lose here, it doesn't put them out of a title race. However, 5 losses, I don't think they'll be winning the league. Dougie says, I'm glad the festive fixtures are here. And TT Video says, Fulham barely bought anyone in the summer either. Let's see what happens with this free kick for Fulham. It has all been Man City. They did miss a chance through Haaland, which I can't comment on. And is he going to book Wilson here? Is he giving the free kick against Doku? It looked like it was a foul on City. All right, yeah. Good call, ref. Do you think Liverpool can still secure top 4 once Isak, Wirtz and also Konate become more consistent, says Angel? I'll be stunned if Liverpool don't get top 4. I mean, if Man City aren't out of a title race, if they lose here and they've lost 5 games, Liverpool definitely could do a top 4. Real Discipline says, please do a door giveaway, Mark. I actually have got a spare door in the garage. It's just very thin. They sent the wrong width of a door for the kitchen, and it's only about that wide. So if anyone's, who has a doorway that wide? I don't know, but Peter Crouch. Maybe I could ask the United team to sign it, and you could put it on your wall. Dortmund never recovered. I've done that one as well. On ball by Fulham there. You haven't posted that you're live on Twitter, Mark, says Totally Alfie. Mate, thank you very much. I completely forgot about that. I'm a big Columbus Crew fan, says Jay, here in the United States. Do you have any thoughts on our manager? replacing Martin O'Neill at Celtic any day now, says Jay. I don't have any thoughts about it because I've got no knowledge of it, mate, or if he's a good coach. So you'd have to tell us. Stenjo has triple captained Haaland this round. I'm sorry I can't give you more information on that because it is a super chat, but no. City giving the ball away too much. When you're doing the door giveaway, says Shrin. Okay, I'm just not going to answer anybody who says that again because I don't know what the joke is and I've got far better things to talk about. But you know, you fill your boots. I will answer you about dry January though, says Parker. You see, if you ask me something interesting, I'll get motivated. Parker says, "Are you excited for dry January?" I think dry January is for idiots. It annoys me. Like last year, we had people come round and they didn't even tell us they were in dry January. And if I'd known, we wouldn't have invited them round. Now, I think it's stupid. If you need to go dry January, you've had too much in December. I like January because we don't eat all the chocolate and we don't drink all the drinks. So I just keep drinking it in January in moderation. Harry Wilson is always better than I remember, says Zach. Well, Fulham are starting to do quite well now. They're starting to grow into the game. Talking about dry January, one thing that's not dry is Air Up. I said it at the start. We've got a fantastic offer for you today. 10% off with Air Up. The link is in the description. Scan the QR code. You pop your little flavour pod on the top. You fill it with water. Yes, water. So you're drinking water. There are no additives. There is no sugar. You pop your little pod on the top. Mine's cherry. And then through the power of scent, when you drink the water, there is a taste of cherry. Loads of different flavours. Perfect for yourself if you want to increase your water intake through the festive period. Those of you who are thinking about dry January, you bloody well should. But a bloody good Christmas present as well because you can buy the pods. They come in a nice little box. You can wrap them up. You can wrap up the drink bottle. Happy days. And one thing I always think about Christmas as well is when I was a kid or when I was growing up, your sack would be full with presents wrapped up. These days, a lot of good things aren't even quantifiable, are they? They're not real. So it's always good to have stuff you can wrap up. O'Reilly does well. Good defending by Fulham. But you can get 10% off with the code Goldbridge. So link in the description. Scan the QR code. Check out Air Up. Thank you very much to them. I still need to tweet this out. It's raining in London. We're in London, aren't we? And it's raining in London. Right, thanks for reminding me to tweet it. I'm normally better than that. Just disappointed in myself. I'd love for... Look, you know what? I don't know whether people have noticed it. I don't mind the way Man City are playing football this year. I mean, I'm never going to like Man City and I'm never going to like Liverpool. However, if they play decent football, I'll respect it. Now, obviously, Man City played decent football under Pep. I just don't like it. I don't like tiki-taka crap. I think City play more direct now. And I find that more entertaining. I think this season, across the whole season, they've probably played the most entertaining football. They're not the best team, Arsenal are, but they've played the most entertaining football. So, you know, there's your City hater. I actually think that they're not a bad side to watch this season because they are way more direct. Which is obviously a tactical switch from Pep. He probably saw what everybody was saying last year about PSG have killed Pep ball and probably went, yeah, they have. So I need to have a rebirth. You know? And he has. Doku with the cross. Haaland with the goal. I just said they were playing good football and it's amazing. Obviously, so much of this is positional sense from Haaland, but it's also so easy. It's so easy. The positional sense of him is brilliant, but Doku does really, really well. It's his 100th Premier League goal. And it's 1-0 to Manchester City. Let's have a look at it again. It's a lovely team goal as well. Doku on the left. Bassi. It's not Bassi, it's Sessegnon. It always amazes me how people leave Erling Haaland unmarked. I mean, to be fair to Sessegnon, he's got 2 players to mark. Why is Sessegnon marking 2 players and where are the centre-backs? That's what I'm saying if I'm Marco Silva. And we were literally playing arguably the best striker in the world and we're leaving him to the left-back. Tanish says 100 goals in 111 games is crazy. It is crazy, but he wouldn't be able to do it in an Everton shirt, would he? He's at the right place. The best club in the last 5 years by a country mile. Alan Shearer did it in 124 games and Harry Kane did it in 141. I mean, look, he's a goal machine. He's one of the greatest strikers we've ever seen. I'm not saying that it's not hard to do what he's done. However, he's had the right service, hasn't he? I love the stream, says Declan. Can you shout out my dad, Ian? He's a big fan. Shout out to Ian Morris, legend. Thanks for being a follower of the channel. Have you had double Ds? Says Lisa Reynolds. We're not going down that route, Lisa. You know you're filthy. And we all know you're filthy, and we all know you like to talk like that. But it's not even 8 o'clock yet. Mark popped his cherry, says Gareth. Would love to see another Goldbridge Investigates, says Ewan. I only ever did one. They were good fun. So I wouldn't say Fulham have got a mountain to climb here. I mean, they are the home team. I think if you're at the Etihad, it's tough, but they can still get something out of this game. Still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Everton. Jade says, I need help. My girlfriend and I broke up because we fight so often, but she and I don't want to be alone on Christmas. What should I do? You could get a blow-up doll. Apparently, they're very good these days. I mean, look, what I'm saying is don't stay together. Christmas is the #1 time to argue. 10 minutes of passion doesn't take away the next 12 hours of arguing because you don't get on. You can't, yeah, don't stay together if you argue. Thank you very much. Mark, have you that clip of Pep having a go at kids wanting him to sign stuff? He's swearing at them saying, what are you doing with your life? It's an old clip, Nix. It is an old clip. I think I've seen it before. I don't think he's wrong, though, from what I remember. I saw it months ago. I don't think he's wrong. I think he's saying it because they're taking time off school, aren't they, to get signatures and stuff like that. I mean, who wants signatures these days? If somebody said this is a signed Wayne Rooney shirt from the 2008 Champions League final, I'd say, really? How are you going to prove that? Nice ball into Haaland. He's away again. Bassi does well. Does really well, Bassi there. Still going. Lovely play by Bassi. Now, they're on the attack with Iwobi. Not a very good cross. Do you listen to any rappers, Mark? Says Kay. I don't really listen to much music at the moment. So no. What happens to Mamouche? He's been benched all season, Tanish. I think Mamouche is a good player, but the problem is Erling Haaland is never injured, really, is he? And you never want to take him off because he's world class. Yeah, we are doing watch-alongs all week, mate. I've got Man United on Thursday and then tomorrow night. Well, I was thinking tomorrow night about the Arsenal-Brentford game. But I actually think we will be live at 7:30 because there's 4 other games going on. But I think Leeds-Chelsea and Liverpool-Sunderland at 8:15 are the 2 games of the night. I think Liverpool-Sunderland will be a good game. I think Brighton-Villa is more interesting than Arsenal-Brentford. But we'll keep you abreast of all of them. Tomorrow night's a bigger night than tonight because there's more games. There's 6 games tomorrow, 3 tonight. Did you see Laura Wood's faint on ITV? No, I didn't, Michael. I'd love Bassey at United. Fast and goes forward, says Tommy. Anyway, I nearly wasn't with you tonight. I'm not saying I would have been killed, but bloody hell, I was driving the car this evening to pick the missus up from work, and I'm driving along a road, and I'm looking at this car coming towards me, and I'm like, mate, you've got to move over. You're driving in a big bloody Land Rover. You've got to move over. It's not a very wide road. Virtually in the middle of the road, and I'm pipping, like, because I can see it coming towards me, and eventually I pulled into a driveway to let it go past. You know what it was? It wasn't a drug dealer. I know that's what you're thinking. It wasn't a drug dealer. He looked like a businessman who was 55. Like, I was like, what are you doing, mate? You can't drive. I don't know whether he'd just been to the Land Rover dealership and bought a car and was used to driving a bloody mini metro. But he had no concept about the size of his car and the road. I actually think that that's a very common occurrence as well. You get a lot of people like that. Good shot by Smith Rowe, by the way. Good save by Donnarumma. I think a lot of people don't understand the size of their car if they're driving something like a Land Rover or one of these big SUVs. I don't think they have any concept that their car is coming onto the other side of the road. Idiots, I call them. It happens all the time. That's a lovely ball into Smith Rowe. Fulham are doing all right here. As I say, I don't think they'll feel like the game is beyond them. And the way City play now, you will get chances. Get a dash cam, Mark. Too many idiots out there, says the Inquisition. I think Smith Rowe, that's got to be a foul, ref. No, he's not giving it, idiot. No, he gives that one though, doesn't he? Big news here. Anthony Graves says Stockton and Leek Town is still 0-0 after 10 minutes. That's the update we were all waiting for. Bournemouth and Everton is still 0-0 after 26 minutes. Please do share the video, by the way. We are approaching 10,000 watching. We've got live Premier League watch-alongs for the next 3 nights. And on Friday night, we're here for Bundesliga as well. So 4 nights of football. And on Saturday, we've got more football. So it's 5. Sunday is crap. Oh, my God. Have you seen the games on Sunday? I can't speak. This has got to be... I'm not joking. I think this is the worst Sunday of Premier League football. Feels like an international break. It's the worst Sunday I've ever seen. There's only 2 games and they're both shit. Brighton, West Ham and Fulham Palace. That's it. Brighton, West Ham at 2 o'clock and then Fulham Palace at 4:30. Literally the worst ever Super Sunday I've ever known. I'll be watching the F1. Yeah. I wonder if the people at like the Premier League went, look, people do need to do their Christmas shopping. Let's make it a really shit one. What time is the F1? Could do a watch along. Corner to Man City, 26 minutes gone. I'm enjoying this tonight anyway. Thanks everyone for tuning in. What's the most annoying thing other drivers do, says insert a handle here. Oh my God, the list is endless. I don't do a lot of driving because I just don't do a lot of driving. But recently I have been doing a lot of driving. And, oh, I've got one on here as well. What are these little bumps on the sole of my feet? They're like little... I don't know what they are. I've never had them before. I've got 2 on one foot and 1 on the other. And they're like little... Oh, they are. They're like little pin pricks. But... I don't know what they are. They're raised. They're not verrucas. They're not verrucas. Could be bed bugs. Could be chilblains. I don't know what they are. I've never had them before. Rabies. Oh, I'm going to die then. Syphilis. Oh God. I don't know what it is. What time is the F1 I asked for? What's the most annoying thing other drivers do? I love these streams because we get into stuff. Well, as I said, people who can't stay to their side of the road because they can't understand how big their car is. People who don't stop at roundabouts. People who don't stop at zebra crossings. People who don't indicate. People who pull out at junctions when you're going quick enough that they shouldn't be pulling out and then go really slow. I mean, that's a classic, that one is. You're driving along the road. You know I talk to myself. I'm driving along the road, I can see a junction and I can see a car edging out and I go, don't do it because I'm doing 30 and if you pull out, the gap's not big enough, I'm going to have to put my brakes on. Don't do it. They speed up to come out and once they're out, they think they're in. So they slow down. That really gets on my tits. I think Fulham are doing well here. Half an hour gone. Oh, I've made a decision on my chocolate tub. Don't worry, it's not a euphemism. So basically, every year at Christmas, we've always had a tin of Quality Street. I now call them Street because the quality they ain't. They're absolute muck. I've binned off Quality Street. Nostalgia made me buy them, and then last year I was eating them going, these are rubbish. They've changed the ingredients, they've changed the wrappers. I'm not being mugged off by Quality Street anymore. So I'm sad about it, but it tastes like shit, Sam. So it was either Heroes, Roses, or Celebrations. I've done the research. It's down to 2. Roses is gone because apparently they've changed their recipe as well. General consensus is that Celebrations or Heroes are the way to go. So I'm down to 2 now. Roadhead will eliminate that stress mark, says Lisa. What's Roadhead? I've just realised who's tweeted it. I know exactly what Roadhead now is, you filthy sod. Roadhead. I didn't read the super chat originator. It's Lisa Dirty Reynolds. I think we all know what Roadhead is now. Never heard of it. Never heard of it anyway. What costs more, Liverpool squad or your kitchen, says Parker. You cheeky get. It feels like my kitchen, but I've had to knock down a lot of walls. Roadhead are a tribute act for Radiohead. Not in Lisa's head. Literally. Fulham, good play. Go on, get a shot off. Oh, go on, you still got it. Come on, Fulham. You've got a great chance here. City are trying to catch you on the break. Good play. Corner ball. Do a poll for Heroes or Celebrations. I might just get both. You know what I did today as well? I'm quite ashamed of this. I don't even know whether I'm going to tell you. It's quite embarrassing. I might post it on Twitter at some point if I ever get drunk before Christmas. I didn't want to do any work because it was half an hour until I was off to do something and I was bored of work. So I did what I used to do in jobs that I didn't like. And I like my job. Let's see what happens with this corner. Cross comes in. Smith Rowe. Over the bar. Yeah, so I did something that in my old jobs, years ago, like when I used to work in Ireland, in Dublin, I worked in insurance, and I used to read movie scripts because it makes it look like you're really... Imagine you've got a script on your screen, like, and your boss is looking at you. You're like this. And they must be looking at him going, oh, he's so dedicated to his work. Because I'd be like, literally would be reading a movie script of a film I haven't seen before. Lazy bridge. But I don't normally do that because I predominantly work for myself now. So, and I've always got loads to do. But today, I don't know, I was feeling a bit festive. And I thought, I'm going to list off all the good Christmas films and TV specials so I can watch as many of them. Because normally on Boxing Day, I'll go, oh, I didn't watch the bloody Father Ted Christmas special. So I researched it as well. I even went on Reddit for suggestions. And I've got a big list now of TV shows for Christmas and films. I spent half an hour doing it. Haaland's down injured here. I think Bassi trod on his foot. Look at Diaz and Silva trying to get him booked. Wankers. Absolute wankers. He's trod on his foot by accident and he's saying sorry. And Ruben Diaz is there trying to get him booked. Once a bloody... They just can't help themselves, can they? They can't help themselves. They've always got to see an opportunity to get somebody booked, haven't they? Completely accidental, and Diaz is there having a word with the referee. He won't even have a fucking clue what happened. Please share your list. I'll go through it in a bit. When we get a bit of time, I will go through it. R4 says, Mark has a job that's not streaming or running these channels. No, that is my job. Is A Wonderful Life on the list? Yes. It's a bit like a quiz, isn't it? No, I'm talking about this job. I was just doing some work for this job and I thought I don't want to do it. So I did half an hour of a list. Nude says, what happened to the PGMOL saying they were going to book people for approaching the referee who aren't the captain? Oh, not if you're in a Man City shirt. Left foot goals, 71. Right foot goals, 11. 17 goals with his head. 1 other and 8 hat-tricks. I wonder what other means. Like, was one... It could be his... Well, it could be anything that's legal. It could be his cock. Knee. Arse. True Gen says, please be injured. He said it, not me. It never even entered my head. Please be injured, Haaland. I didn't even think that. He'd be all right. He's a bit like Bruno, isn't he, Haaland? He's a bit like Ronaldo, a bit like Messi. There are certain players who just don't get injured. Shh. 35 minutes then. Still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Everton. I don't want that to be a draw. That's what Robbie's got as a draw. I need a Bournemouth win. Well, a Bournemouth or Everton win. He doesn't get a point, does he? Lovely ball into Doku. Haaland, good block. Bit lethargic in their defending there. Adam says, I have 4 exams upcoming. I'm in my Masters and I'm extremely nervous and anxious. Any advice on how to handle this? It's horrible. Yeah, I always say this, Adam. If you've got a test to do or an interview or something like that, what I do, and it might not work for you, is I imagine I've failed it and it's a second chance, even though it's your first chance. It just helps me mentally, because I know if I mess it up, I'll be devastated and angry. So I just psychologically think you've already messed it up. This is your second chance, and it does help. Leek Town are winning, says Adam. Lovely ball. This should be 2-1. What a goal. Reinders, that finish is absolutely class. I don't know what Fulham are doing defensively, and I don't know why people are playing high lines against Man City. But that's a fantastic finish by Reinders. And Man City are making easy work of this. I mean, they're in a title race, aren't they? Let's be clear. They are in a title race. Diaz into Haaland. He's going to get the assist as well. I mean, I don't know what Man City... I don't know what Fulham's defence is doing here. It's bad defending, but it's a brilliant finish. Lovely finish. You can't do anything about that if you're Leno. Look, that's probably why Fulham are in the bottom half of the table, because defensively they're a bit naive. Goal and assist for Haaland. Whoever's triple capped him, you're doing well after 37 minutes. If it is game over, it doesn't matter because we've got Newcastle against Spurs coming up in about 8 minutes' time anyway. Adam, good luck with your results. FIFA to trial VAR for corner kicks at the World Cup, says Tanishk. Just slows the game down. Do you like Lindor? Is he in Lord of the Rings? Evan. Lindor. Oh, chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I do like Lindor chocolate. They are nice. Seb's got a Lindor. No, not Lindor. I don't know whether it is. It is chocolate. Yeah, I thought it was Lindt. It's Lindt, not Lindor. What do you have against us LR drivers? People with small cars think they can squeeze in between cars, and when they can't, they blame others, says Mesh. I've not mentioned learner drivers. What does your perfect Christmas dinner consist of, Mark, says Sam. Turkey, a cooked ham, stuffing, that's on the plate. Roast potatoes, Brussels sprouts, carrots, bread sauce, gravy, red cabbage. Some people like a Yorkshire pudding. For me, it's not a tradition, but I haven't got a problem with it. Thanks for all your super chats tonight. Please do subscribe to the channel as well, bottom right-hand corner. Midweek Premier League football. Love it. Remember, the Champions League is back next week, I think. I'm not a big fan of... Oh, pigs in blankets. Idiots. I knew there was something fundamental. You can't not have them. You can't not have them. Yeah, we probably won't come back to this in the second half. We'll probably stick with Newcastle Spurs because I think it'll be a better game, but we gave Fulham a chance. Karma's having a curry for Christmas. Is that controversial? No, one of my builders goes out for a curry at Christmas and he says it's quite busy. So... I'd never go out for Christmas dinner because they wouldn't, you know, imagine if they didn't have like pigs in blankets or they missed something out because the chef wanted to be quite hip. I'd be unhappy with that. Tom says, what's your favourite chocolate? Mine's a marathon bar. I like Toblerone. Do you get Toblerone in a Heroes? What's in a Heroes tub? No, you don't. You get crunchy bits, double decker, eclair, cream egg. I hate that. Whisper and a twirl are basically the same thing. Fudge, Cadbury Dairy Milk, Cadbury Milk. Well, I'm sure I had a tin of Heroes once, and they had Toblerone in it. Maybe it was a one-off. Imagine if they did mini Lion bars, yeah. Nice ball into Doku. Offside. Ferrero Rocher or Toblerone for me, says the Inquisition. Yeah, I do like a good Toblerone. City are now 2 points behind Arsenal, says Ben. Oh, of course Noel Gallagher's at this game. Of course he's at this game. It's down the road for a minute. Fulham. It's a home one for him. Liam Devon says, watch along for the F1 decider on March. Depends what time it is. Depends what time it is. Oh, I'd love mini boosts. Toblerone isn't Cadbury's, wouldn't be in Heroes. I'm sure it was 1 year. Big tub of Swizzlers, Mark, says Jason. VAR now have power over corners and yellows in the World Cup, says United. Oh, we're playing all bloody week. Good punch away by Leno, but Foden's got it on the edge of the box. What a goal. Well, that's game over. That's perfect timing as well. Everybody's not going to watch Man City in the second half now. That is a worldie by Foden. He's found his form again, hasn't he? City look like the real deal again. That is demolition job in the first half here. 3-0 against Fulham. I mean, it's not a great punch by Leno because he punches it straight to Foden. And then there's no... I mean, the defending by Fulham is crap again. It's a great finish by Foden. You can't knock Man City for any of their goals. It's been brilliant finishing. But this is the Premier League. You can't punch the ball to Phil Foden and then not close him down. Fulham have been really crap defensively tonight. 1 p.m. for the F1. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. Right, it's 3-0 here, but I'm moving up to Newcastle Spurs because they are just about to kick off. So we will keep you up to date. It's still 0-0 between Everton and Bournemouth. Great goal by Foden. It's just Fulham haven't shown up, says Dylan. And we're literally going to change here because we can. The technology is there and we're going to do it. About to hit half time, but that game's basically over. We're all about Newcastle Tottenham now, which I think is going to be the better game anyway. So let me just whiz through all this. There'll be no Man City in crisis video tonight. And as if by magic, that's magic, we're up and running. So, Newcastle against Tottenham. Newcastle lining up with Ramsdale, Livramento, Tau, Byrne, Hall, Miley, Tonali, Joel Linton, and Jacob Murphy, Voltemada and Barnes. Bruno Gomes on the bench. I don't understand that because Gordon's on the bench as well. So, talk to me. I don't understand why Bruno G is on the bench. Maybe somebody knows. Spurs line up Vicario, Udogie, Danzo, Romero and Porro. Bergval, Bentancur and Sarr. And then Kudos, Moani and Johnson. Van der Ven on the bench for them as well. Is it rotation? Is it rotation, potentially? We've got a goal back for Fulham here. Great header. Smith Rowe. Well, who knows? Right on half time. You know, it's back to 2-0 again, isn't it? But it's 3-1. Great header by Smith Rowe. Maybe Fulham can do something. They're on the attack again. We're about to hit half time, so let's see what they can do. Should have put the cross in there, pal. Yeah, he sort of wasted the opportunity now. I'd be stunned if Man City were to give up a 3-goal lead. No, I tell you what, it's better when I'm not on it. Bournemouth goal as well. Get in, get in. Get in. Let's have a look at it. Bournemouth goal. Croup. Nice little ball down the left-hand side. Croupy. He's onside there. Is he onside there? There might be an offside in the build-up. I reckon that might be an offside in the build-up. Has it gone to VAR or have they given it? Yeah, offside. And half-time. Bog off. No, I want Bournemouth to win because win, lose or draw. I've got Bournemouth win and Robbie's got a bloody draw. And it's VAR and it was offside in the build-up, so... Short-lived. Short-lived. Fulham's goal's been given, though. Right, okay. We're all Tottenham against Spurs here. Newcastle against Tottenham. Please do share the video. Got nearly 10,000 of you watching. So the context of the game tonight is very much around the league table. Spurs are basically, have you ever thrown a brick into a swimming pool? That's basically Spurs. And Voltamader's just had a good chance here. But Newcastle are like, they're rising at the moment. If they win, they'll go from 13th into the top half of the table. Whereas they might be ships passing in the night. Spurs will go down, Newcastle will go up. So a lot of people expecting a Newcastle win today. Obviously, Newcastle are at home. Sean, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Dylan says, what do you think about Kamara from Villa for United? I don't know about that. I don't know. Robert McCormack says, City within 5 points in April, they win it. They do look the real deal, City. They do look the real deal. And Arsenal will have a wobble at some point. Lindsay says, I'm a Spurs fan. I can't see us winning at all. Well, it's an early corner here for Newcastle. It's very close between celebrations and heroes. Not a great corner by Newcastle. So did we get to the bottom of why Bruno Guimaraes is not starting for Newcastle? Is it rotational? Kamara would be an upgrade on our midfield. I don't know whether he's good enough for what I would go, but Newcastle look like they're going to score already. Eat a box of heroes, Watchalong, says Mikey. Spurs on the break. Good defending by Hall. Goes for a corner. How is that not a corner? That looked like a corner to me. It is rotation. Thanks, Dylan. So Brennan Johnson here, he's crossing it towards Kudos. It's good play by Hall. He would have been offside anyway, but I think the ball was gone there. That ball's way gone. Leo says, what do you mean by celebrations or heroes? So basically in the UK, we get these tubs of chocolates. Traditionally, Roses, Quality Street. I call them Street now because there's no quality. And we're just battling it out. Celebrations or heroes, who are the best? Celebrations have got things like Mars, Snickers, Bounty, Cadbury, Galaxy, Milky Way, Maltesers in. Heroes have got Crunchy, Double Decker, Cadbury's Caramel, Twirl, Whisper, which is basically the bloody same thing. Good game though, this. Could be end to end. Mark equals the GOAT. Teachers, please, says Daniel. Sean, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much. It would be good for the league if Arsenal lose, says Jonas. Bills won. David, you've made my night. You know what? I do follow the NFL, but sometimes you get busy and you forget. I hadn't looked at the NFL results. So you've just saved me the trauma of, when you click and you start looking through. So yeah, needed a Bills win. Leo says, we know what celebrations are in Germany, but not here. Well, I think it's, I'd very much like to know what you do have as traditions in your countries, because we do have these tubs of chocolate, and all my life we've had them. And there are 4 or 5 choices of what you go with. Oh, good play here by Harvey Barnes. Into Lewis Hall. Can't get it out his feet. Joel Linton. Voltemada. And Miley's shot is blocked. Good start to this game. Good intensity. Voltemada with the cross. Good defending. I think Newcastle have got a good team, I think when they've got everybody involved, they are good. Get celebrations in Australia, says Wub. Nestle need to make a heroes rival. Small mint, Aeros, Lion Bars, Kit Kats, Yorkies would be class. Nestle do Quality Street, mate, and they've ruined it. Lee. There's a whole Reddit on, I think it's something about Nestle. There's a whole Reddit on it. They're not very popular. Good corner. Vicario has always been bad on corners, but they've got it away. I like Bergvall, Daniel. I'd love him at United. It would be good for the league if Arsenal lose, says Jonas. So a half-time in the Man City game against Fulham. It was 3-1 to Man City at half-time. Devastating finishing by Man City. Bournemouth and Everton is 0-0. What's your favourite beverage at Christmas, says Hyper? I do like a rum and coke. I like a cold lager for some reason. I've always liked cold lager at Christmas. Red wine. Anytime. A ginger ale's nice for a non-alcoholic drink. Don't you hate how they change the wrappers in Quality Street? Makes them look rubbish, says Zoo. You know what we should do in protest for Quality Street? Because Quality Street used to be really nice. They used to taste nice, and they used to be in shiny wrappers. Now they taste like shit, and they're in paper wrappers. So we should just call them Street. Don't call them Quality Street, because they're not quality. Just call them Street. Boycott the street. Is that a message? You've just ruined the brand deal with Quality Street. Good. Who's your favourite team in the AFC and NFC, Mark? Says Colby. Let me just double check that I'm getting this right on NFC and AFC, because that's not necessarily... I'm not going to go. So in the AFC, it would be the Bills. And in the NFC, it would be the Cowboys. Bloody hell, the Bears are doing well this year. It's been a long time since the Bears did well. 9 wins, 3 losses. Patriots are doing the best. 11 wins and only 2 losses. Oh no, the Broncos are doing well. 10 wins and 2 losses as well. I'll love it if the Chiefs don't get into the playoffs, because if the Chiefs aren't in it, I'll breathe easy, because I don't care who wins it then. Pints in Ireland or pints in England, says Lazy. I think Ireland does best. Irish bars do it best. Definitely do Guinness best, but I think I think the Irish bars are better. Super Bowl will be in February. We always do a watch-along. And that's gone out for a goal kick. Artillery says, in Nigeria we have celebrations and no other one. Mate, at least it's not... Imagine if you only had Quality Street. You'd be screwed. In Switzerland, Lindor is a Christmas tradition, says Johans. I've got to Google this, Lindor. I know Lint. No, no, they're the ones that Seb's got the... yeah, Lindor. Lindor do Terry's Chocolate Orange. What? Do they? Or is that Lint? Or is that the same thing? Harvey Barnes, cross. Jacob Murphy, terrible shot. Lint and Lindor are not the same, but they are closely related. Lint is the name of the company, while Lindor is a... No, they are, yeah. They're from the same... They're cut from the same cloth. There we go. We've solved that. What's your opinion on Thomas Frank calling out the fans, says Even? Well, if you watch the channel, you'd know that I did discuss that at on the show I did today, the video I did today. But I think it's a slippery slope. Lisa, don't. Right? Just dirty Lisa will be going, oh, we should be getting all excited at that. But I think it's a slippery slope because... if you start calling your fans out, fans don't like it. I remember Solskjaer doing it about United fans, and you feel like just going, who are you to say who's a real fan and not? As a manager of a football club, you can't say who's a real fan and who's not. That's going to be very divisive. Doku says, fuck the Bills. The NFL viewership and revenue is dying because of soccer growing in the US, and we couldn't be happier. It's dangerous and politicised now, says Josh Yaya. I think the problem with the NFL is it's such a short season as well, isn't it? It's basically September to Christmas. Whereas soccer has gone the other way. We're 12 months, aren't we? No, I think you can be unhappy that your goalkeeper's getting booed 5 minutes into a game, but you can't say they're not real fans because you're going to lose them. Antonio is visiting New York in April. Any recommendations? Do the Dumbo Bridge, World Trade Center, Memorial, Central Park, Macy's. I mean, I've only been twice, and I've probably only done 25%. There's so much to do there. Lee Berman says, what happens to Arteta if they don't win the league? I still think you keep him, mate. I mean, look, they're a good team, Arsenal, and if they don't win the league by a point or two, I know there'd be certain Arsenal fans saying you've got to get rid of him, but you haven't won the league for 20 years. So... unless there's a manager, unless Pep Guardiola says I want the Arsenal job, where would you go for a manager that's going to win it for you? A lot of people sack managers without thinking about who they want next. Like, who's the next Spurs manager if it's not Thomas Frank? Who's the next Man United manager if it's not Amrim? Who's the next Arsenal manager if you sack Arteta? Like, who's the guy that's going to come in and give you the title, you know? We're only 100 viewers away from 10,000, so please do share the video, everybody. Thanks for getting involved. Good start to this Newcastle Spurs game. Lots of intensity. But that's a bad kick out. Are you doing watch-alongs on Sunday? Absolutely not. The worst, probably the worst Super Sunday schedule in living history. I cannot believe how crap it is. I mean, it's literally rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. I can't even remember the games now. Palace Fulham is the 4:30 game. And it's Brighton, West Ham, is it? Something like that. Absolute dog shite. In fact, I'd rather watch a dog take a crap for 90 minutes, and that's scary. The way they look at you, the eyes, I can't be dealing with it. Celtic playing Hearts on Sunday. Well, there we go, that's better. Please help, Mark. I'm proposing next year. Any tips, says Harry. Don't forget the ring. Sort of fundamental, essential. Good play there by Harvey Barnes. He's having a glow up. He's having a real glow up. Oh, good shot, Miley, but straight at the keeper. He's having a glow up as well. I always hated in the NFL how you can over-celebrate and you'll be fined after. Makes such a soft sport out to be a tough one, says Quinton. Thank you very much. Do you really think Amram is the guy to get United back, says Eunice? If he was a big team manager, he would know how to develop young players. Look at Pep with Foden, Messi, even Klopp. Give him time. Give him time. I don't think now's the time to be chucking young players into a Man United side anyway. Lovely feat by Joel Linton there. Spurs are doing all right here. Ramsdale in goal. How long's Ramsdale been in goal? Did he get the Everton game? I think it was. Look, I think with Nick Pope, it was coming, wasn't it? How is Harvey Barnes not in the England squad, says Tom. Because Anthony Gordon is. Gordon's alive. 5 current Premier League players for your ideal five-a-side team. Oh, God, Reese. I think Caicedo is made for five-a-side football. I want low centre gravity players who are quick and technical. So Caicedo comes to mind. I'd probably put Alisson in goal. Still think he's the best. That was a late tackle there by, was it? I think that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. Would you ever get channels into women's games? Would you ever get channels into women's game? Would you ever get channels into women's game? Oh, I did read it right, true gent. I've just had a message there saying about Laura Woods fainting, so I hope she's okay. I don't know what she was doing, because it's not on ITV, is it? But, you know, thoughts with her. Lovely girl. Developing young players does not mean throwing them into a team that's struggling and hoping for the best, says the Inquisition. You'll stunt their development that way. Exactly. I'm going to stand up and applaud that. 1, because I need a stretch, and 2, because you're right. Chev the engineer says, do you remember your pizza that you had in New York? I'm not a big pizza fan, so I didn't have any pizza this time. I got a bit obsessed with Joe in the Juice, which is weird because we've got Joe in the Juice here. I just liked walking around New York, and I was always thirsty, so I would always go on my phone and see where there's a Joe in the Juice, and I'd just go and get different drinks. That's a crap corner. How is Harvey Barnes not in the squad? Good question. I did order a piece of pizza in the first time I went, though, and I had a Caesar salad pizza, and everybody took the piss out of me. But I said I don't even like pizza, and I like Caesar salad, so there we go. Would you ever diversify into women's football, says True Gent? Never say never. I don't know enough about it. You know when I do Ultimate Team and I do the draft and they offer up these women players, apart from their rating, I don't really know who they are. I mean, I know 1 or 2. I know who Ella Toon is, and I know who Russo is, Rennie Russo. Sorry, Alicia Russo. And I know a few, but I don't know enough about it, to be honest. And I think I wouldn't want to take the piss by, just paying it lip service when I don't really know much about it and I don't watch enough of it. I know who Lauren James is, yeah. Fantastic actress. It's Reese's sister. What are the chances Wolves get relegated, says FIFA Highlights? 100%. 100%. Sully says you've got to go to Boston next. There's loads of cities I want to go. Chicago. I do want to go Boston, yeah. Pope's injured for about 4 weeks, says Andy. Oh, he was injured. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Celebrations have beaten heroes. I'm going to close the poll. 53% because it's been there for ages. And Default 66 says, can you do a poll? Ange or Amrim will be closer than you think. Okay. We should do more polls anyway. We used to do loads. It's our thing. Either or. I'll never forget. The streets will never forget Kulisevsky against Bowen. Locked on 50% for about 2 hours. Yellow card to Romero. Never a good thing if you're a Spurs fan. You do not want Romero booked in the first 20 minutes, and he has been. Probably couldn't help himself. Argentinian on a Brazilian. Would you prefer a Mainu loan to Brighton and signing Baleba, or loaning him anywhere else and getting Gallagher? I think United, Alec, would prefer the first. And I would back them on what they wanted. Bubba says, remember your Shaw bet staying fit till Christmas. I don't remember what the bet was. It's 4-1 to City. Lovely finish by Foden. I mean, Leno should do better than that, but 4-1 to City. I mean, we've switched off. We've switched off there. We've hit 10,000 viewers. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Yeah, 4-1 City. Foden's just scored. That game's over. It was over anyway, but it's definitely over now. Foden's cooking for the FPL as well. What thing about Foden is he's always clearly been a very talented player, but where did he go for 12 months? Because he's only just started getting good again. £1,000 to charity if Luke Shaw stays fit for up to Christmas. Okay, I thought that was last year, but I thought we changed it this year. I thought it was £1,000 if he gets injured before Christmas, but we're still doing that. Okay. Don't forget, tonight we're sponsored by Air Up. We're back working with Air Up, and I'm very pleased about it because this is going to massively increase my water intake. So what is Air Up? You get your bottle, you put your water in, no additives at all, because you pop your little flavouring on the top. I've got cherry, and the taste, through scent alone, it makes it taste like cherry. Absolutely fantastic. So you'll increase your water intake by getting nice flavour. The great thing is, you can get 10% off with the code Goldbridge by using the link in the description or scanning the QR code. Brilliant present for yourself anyway. You know, we all overdo it over the next couple of months, so increasing your water intake is brilliant. I'm 92 and I drink lots of water. Look at me. But no, seriously, it's something to wrap up for Christmas for somebody as well. And you can wrap these up because you can get these little flavours, these little flavour pods as well. Always nice to wrap things up. 10% off with the code Goldbridge. And these are new from last time, mocktails. So virgin mojito, virgin colada, and virgin strawberry daiquiri. So I'm interested to try those. Obviously there'll be no alcohol in it. There's no sugar, there's no additives. It's water, and the taste comes from the smell. So check it out with Air Up. I'm very happy to be working with them again. That's it. That's literally. I am very happy about it. You know. Are you going to go to the World Cup? Says Kay. I'm still open to offers with the World Cup. I have been to New York twice in the last 6 months, partially for business, and but yeah, I am. I'm looking at things definitely. Nice ball into Harvey Barnes. Spurs are doing all right at the moment. I mean, they've got a lot of players back. And that goes out for a goal kick. As things stand, Man City would be 2 points behind Arsenal. If Newcastle could win here, they go to joint 6th with Sunderland. I think they play each other next weekend as well. That'll be a massive game. Wouldn't it just be completely and utterly Spursy to win at Newcastle? I mean, I think Newcastle have been the better side, but they've not breached the Spurs defence yet. Still 0-0. Another goal for Man City. May as well go there. I mean, what could happen here? City could score 10. They could score 8. It's 5-1 now. I mean, it's terrible play by Fulham, but and it's lucky by Doku. It is lucky. It's he's never scoring from there, but it deflects. Yeah, it's going well wide and it's just deflected in. But look, buy a ticket, win the lottery. You know, you can't win the lottery without buying a ticket. Oh, it was women's international football where Laura Woods has fainted, and Ian Wright did a great job of catching her as she fell. Good old Wrighty. Corner to Newcastle here. I need Bournemouth to score. I cannot have Robbie getting a bloody point for a draw on that one. You can't have a 0-0. How many do you think City will get? I think 7. Ominous for Arsenal, that is, because they've got to go to Villa at the weekend. What's your mastermind topic, says David? Well, I was on a stream of Robbie's for his charity stream for Jamaica, which was obviously for a fantastic cause, and they asked me to go on and do mastermind. And I did Only Fools and Horses. I think Man City might have... Oh, no, that's the first goal. No, I did Only Fools and Horses, but actually I think Man United is obvious. Mitch says, if you're starting a team and you can choose between best coach or best player in the world, which one would you go for? Coach. The best player in the world with a bad coach and team is going to struggle, whereas the best coach in the world should be able to get more out of a bad team. Red Devil says, how about an F1 poll? That would be interesting, but I get it if not, because that's football, but maybe on the Mark Goldbridge channel, says Red Devil's FTW. What poll would it be? Dino, I don't know what that's all about, Jonas, and I don't know who either of those people are, so I'm not doing that. Sorry. I've seen that name popping up a lot, and I don't know who it is, so I'm not walking into some silly trap. Newcastle, oh, Vicario has it. Amrim, well, who was it who said that it'd be close between Ange and Amrim? Amrim's got 67%. Oh, for God's sake. What are the chances? What are the chances? Mark, was it just you and your missus who went to New York, or your whole family? You should visit Chicago. Beautiful city with amazing views and history, says Jamie. I didn't take the whole family, just me and my missus went to New York because it was a little bit of work as well. Done that one as well. Fulham have scored again. What's going on here? 5-2. Has it been ruled out? Pete says, would you do an Red Dead Redemption series like FC26? Loved it, says Pete. I'll never do a Red Dead Redemption stream again because I've tried to complete that game twice, and both times the game is wiped off my computer for no reason. Eddie Mack says, I find the best way to get through the season, Mark, is have limited expectations and let's just hope we get Europa League. I'll back Amrim for the year, says Eddie. I want Amrim to get the season, mate. I've said that before. If I could fast forward to the start of next season and know that Amrim was going to be here, I'd be very happy. But I have to live in the moment as well. I can't just go, oh, I'm just going to detach myself emotionally and see where we are in May. I can't do that. It's probably very obvious that I can't do that. I have to be emotionally invested in anything I do, otherwise I don't enjoy it. Joel Linton. Spurs are defending in numbers. Thomas Frank definitely utilising the Brentford method here. Very boring. Lucas says you should have watched the City game. Well, I can. We'll be back there in 10 minutes. I find the best way... Done that one from Eddie. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. You're very welcome on That's Football. We've got another one of these tomorrow night, and we're closing in on 442,000. So get involved with That's Football. You're very welcome. Voltameda. Bad pass. We need a goal in this game because Spurs are so defensive here. Really anti-football. I'm sorry, but it's true. I can understand why. A point would be very good for them. However, it is... it is negative. Where do you think Semenyo will end up? Oh, God, how have Newcastle not scored that on the back post? There's a player down injured. Jacob Murphy's injured, but the ball dropped on the back post to Joel Linton, and I don't know, I think he just lost flight of the ball. Hit the post as well. Big opportunity, but not quite there. We could have done with that going in. Please do smash a like on the video if you're watching, by the way. We're very close to 1,000 likes. I've just seen that. Thanks everyone who's tuning in as normal. And welcome if you're new. 10 minutes to go to half time here. Still 0-0. Fulham and Bournemouth and Everton. 5-2 Man City against Fulham. 7 goals there. No goals in the Newcastle game. We do need a goal, and it's more likely to be a Newcastle goal because Spurs are playing quite negative. Bournemouth have only had 1 shot at home against Everton. I tell you what, we've got Bournemouth after Wolves and West Ham, and it's a good time to play them. They really have fell off recently. I mean, they look like an amazing team for the first month of the season. Spurs on the attack. Good cross. Oh, it would have been an absolutely brilliant goal by Bergvall. The cross came in across the 6-yard box. It's slightly behind him, so he does one of those back flicks. And it somehow finds height. Oh, how do you even put that over the bar? He's done a little flick. Mate, that would have been an absolute worldie if it had gone in the top corner. Oh, that deserved to go in. That would have been an absolute worldie by Bergvall. I've just been asked if I'll do a poll on the F1 winner. So I will do it because it was a super chat as well. So let's go Norris, Verstappen. I probably spelled his name wrong, and Piastri. Look, knowing what it's like when Verstappen's about in a final race, you'd be idiotic not to vote against him because they'll find some way. Spurs growing in confidence here. Nice ball out wide. Kudos goes for the shot. Good block by Lewis Hall. United should buy Ryerson from Dortmund, says Andreas. I think his age might go against him. Sure, he's about 27. Who do I want to win? I'd like to see Lando win it. But if there's any car trouble, you're out. What is your highlight for this year? Mine is Onana leaving and Ten Hag breaking the record for quickest sack ever. I was so happy. Yeah, Parker, that was last year. Ten Hag definitely got sacked in 2024, mate, so you can't claim that for 2025. You can have Onana, though. Footballing highlight of the year. Bloody hell. I mean, that's probably Leon. We didn't even win the tournament. Leon's definitely Man United's best game this season. That's one of the greatest games I've watched in years. It's just a shame it didn't account for anything. Look at Bergvall. What a player. What a player. What a run. Still got it. Lovely play. How are Spurs so bad when they've got players like that? Well, Spurs having a bit of a glow up here. And I've said glow up too many times tonight for my liking. Oh, Eric Ten Hag getting fired at Leverkusen. Sorry, good point. Well, remember Newcastle have got Bruno G and Gordon on the bench if they need them. Still no Wizzer. Has Wizzer been called up to the AFCON? That's a question I want the answer to. Because I think it's bloody cheeky for him to be going to the AFCON when he hasn't kicked a ball for Newcastle. And he's not on the bench yet. I forgot Alanga plays for Newcastle as well. I mean, is Alanga a bit... Well, it's too early to call him a flop, but I am very surprised. I am very surprised about Alanga. No, he didn't make the squad anyway, Wizard. Well, that's good. That's good. Because that would be harsh. Have you watched any Christmas stuff yet, Mark? Yeah, I've watched Family Man. I watched The Family. It's quite sad, actually. It was Sarah Jessica Parker was in it. Diane Keaton was in it, who's dead in real life. And which has got no relevancy on the film. I can't remember what it's called, Family something. Watched it with the wife. Family Man. I'm starting to whiz through it all now. I'm watching one at the moment that's quite good. It's got Kirsten Stewart in it. There are a couple of lesbians are in it. That's the storyline. And they go back to one of the girls' house for Christmas, but they don't know she's a lesbian, so they have to pretend to be friends, and there's loads of comedic moments in it. Family Stone, that was it. That's not what I'm watching at the moment, though. Holiday Season. It is quite good. It got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, so don't knock it. Happiest Season. It's a good film. Gav says lesbians, you said. Yeah, it's not that type of film. Nativity is good. I like that. What's your highlight besides your kitchen, says Parker. Well, the kitchen's not done yet. I think my highlight of the year, personally, has been New York. Because I'd never been. And to get to go twice has been... And to get to go in the summer when it was really hot, and then to go in the winter when it was cold, and see it in 2 different seasons was great. I mean, I don't need to go back again for a while. I've done it now. Spurs are actually doing a lot better in the last 5 minutes. I take back what I said. Bergvall nearly scored a worldie, and they're having a good few attacks now. He's tried to do it again there. That was crap. Oh, God. I'm reading some people's... highlights of the year, and they're filth. Denzel says, I'm now convinced that City will win the league. Look, I want a title race, and the weird thing is, I was even thinking about it today. I walked to the shops today just to get a bit of exercise and constantly thinking about football. And I don't know whether people do this. I'm sure, I've never lived in anyone else's head, so I don't know how anybody else thinks, but I presume we all do this. I'm walking along and I'm having a conversation in my head or a thought process in my head. Maybe not a conversation in my head. And I was thinking about Man City, and I thought, you know what? I've slagged Man City off for years. It's very well known that I don't like Man City. And I actually thought, you know what? Can I just shock you? And there was no one to shock because it was me thinking it. I like watching Man City at the moment. They're watchable. You know, like, how many Liverpool watch-alongs have we done over the years? How many Chelsea watch-alongs have we done? How many Arsenal watch-alongs have we done? Loads. I don't tend to do Man City watch-alongs because I don't like the way they play. And I don't like them. But I do Liverpool watch-alongs. I don't like them, but I do find them quite good to watch. Same with Arsenal. I like watching Man City at the moment. They concede goals. They're very direct. They don't just pass the ball around tiki-taka anymore. I think they're a good team to watch. They're definitely the best team United have played. And I think they've consistently played the most entertaining football in the league. So, look, that's a life lesson, isn't it? Don't have agendas, have opinions that can change. And I think Man City are a good team. I don't want them to win the league, but I think they're a good team and they're worth watching. And I hope that we can have a title race. I mean, I'd much rather Arsenal win it for obvious reasons, but, you know, I'd love to see a title race. I really would. I don't think we're going to get a relegation race, and I thought we would. Harvey Barnes, corner. Or is it a goal kick? But no, they are a good team to watch, City, at the moment. I don't like them, but they are. Offside. I still think Arsenal will win the league, though. I think the sands of change shifted last season. I'm doing the World Cup draw on Friday, yeah. See what it's all about. Gremlins is a great Christmas film, says Jason. Yeah. Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon's a Christmas film. Or it's a film you can watch at Christmas. I don't know what the referee's doing here. Answers on a postcard. Something about Vicario's studs or something. You're going to have to tell me. Fulham have got another goal. Well, we're going to go back to that game literally now. We're going back to Fulham now. 5-3. Because it's going to be half-time Spurs Newcastle. I'm watching the goal. No, he's onside, surely. That needs to be onside. That's a good finish as well. And it needs to be a good finish. 3-5. 3-5, I'm live. Donnarumma can't do anything about that. Yeah, it's half time. They're checking it for bloody VAR. It'll be a right git if it's offside, but I think it might be. It's borderline. It's Madonna. It's borderline. Well, I think Diaz is playing him onside there. When you look at where Diaz is, Diaz is playing him onside there. You can see where Diaz's leg is in the grass. I think Diaz is keeping him on here. How did they take so long? In the Bundesliga, we'd already be playing by now. So slow. So bloody slow. Well, at least that gives me an opportunity to change this. Oh, we could be all bloody weak here. They're checking loads. And that's onside as well, you can tell. Fucking hell. How slow do you want to be? Give the bloody goal, knobhead. Ten minutes later. This is a joke. This is a joke. They need to sort this out. This is a joke. Nah, you're having a fucking joke. Yeah, after all that, goal given, get on. Imagine how tired, imagine how the players are getting cold now. Good evening, Mark. What do you think about VTech? Says Bear. I haven't really been watching him, mate, honestly. Hopefully he can be a good prospect for United, but I'll be honest, I haven't really been watching it. I need a bloody goal. If Robbie gets a 0-0 draw between Bournemouth and Everton, that's just fluke. That is a fluke. How the hell is Bournemouth and Everton 0-0? That cannot be a draw. I need a late goal from one of them. I'll even give up my point if Everton score. Come on, need a goal there. Fulham, 15 minutes, 3-5. And look, I think that's one of the entertaining factors about Man City at the moment is the fact that they concede goals. You think about Leeds at the weekend, 3-2. You look at this, 5-3. They're a very entertaining team to watch at the moment. Kieran's going to watch I'm a Celebrity. You could just still keep both on, mate. Put me on your phone. $77 minutes. Sorry, I'm still on. Let me just get this right because I'm doing 2 watch-alongs here tonight. So we are 76 and 38. There we go. Thanks for reminding me. Does Newcastle have Isak money to spend in the summer? Says who to blame? No, I think they didn't they spend it on. What's his face? Voltameda and Visa. Is it really semi-automated? I wonder, says VBA. No, that's not semi-automated. If you watch Bundesliga with us on a Friday night, how quick they are on their offsides. Definitely not. We haven't got that in the Prem. No chance. They're still using the Nokia 3210 and a ruler. Donnarumma with a good punch. Oh, he's done it again! Oh, they've done it again! 5-4! 9-goal thriller! Get in! Fulham! He's done it again! Chukwueze! 4-5! 4-5! It's 4-5 here at Craven Cottage. There's no congestion. There's no congestion. Oh, that's not even a word. 4-5. 4-5. This could go down as one of the biggest games and best games ever in Premier League history. This is 13 minutes to go. Man City have conceded 4 goals and they could get 3 points. And that, my people, is why I don't think they'll win the league, because they concede ridiculous amounts of goals. I mean, Donnarumma does nothing wrong there. He punches it away under pressure. It's just a great finish again. Chukwueze. I bloody love football, says T Bliss. I bloody love football as well. 4-5. Whatever happens here, and if Man City win it, fair play. But what a game. What a game. Game of the season here. Who would have thought? Game of the season. I need to change the need to get the Newcastle and Spurs people off right now. You've been gazumped here by the Man City and Fulham game. Let's get that on the screen. Lovely, lovely stuff. Thank you very much to Air Up as well. There we go. We're all set. 4-5 from 5-2. Was it 5-1 at any time? No. Everton have scored. Oh, at least it's not a draw. I'd rather Everton win than a draw. I don't want Robbie getting points. Bournemouth are terrible. Bournemouth are crap as well. Bournemouth have won 1 in their last 6. And if they lose this, well. If Bournemouth lose this, they'll be 14th in the league and they'll have lost 4 of their last 5 and taken 1 point from 15. Look, you're 10 minutes to go at home against Man City in what would be one of the greatest games the Premier League's ever had. Watch Man City go and score. But Fulham have got to go for this. You got to go for this. Get up, Foden. What's going on at Fulham? At Bournemouth, says Noah. OJ says City are losing this. Mate, I still think they'll win it. You've got to complete the comeback before anything else. Would you ever come to South Africa, says Bear? I definitely want to go to South Africa. Thank you very much. Yeah, Grealish scored in the 78th minute for Everton. 12 minutes to go there. Another substitute for Fulham. Yeah, of course, Bournemouth were 2-0 up against Sunderland at the weekend and lost 3-2. Cherky's coming on for Man City, for Reinders. It was 5-1 to City, says Chev, and now it's 5-4. Yeah, still on good terms on football, Phil-in. It's a scheduling clash. They've still got a lot of time to add on because of VAR as well. Great point, says I am an Eagle. Please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks everyone who's watching. Share the video as well. We could be in for an absolutely classic end to this game. Don't forget, City could still score, but 5-4 here. I don't remember a 5-5 game. Wasn't United West Brom? Was that 5-5? But that was last game of the season. Moz says Fulham couldn't. Could they? Bournemouth's next 2 matches are Chelsea and Man United. It's a lovely ball. Goes through to Donnarumma. United West Brom was a 5-5, yeah. Fergie's last ever game. Can City see it out? Look, 3-2 against Leeds with a last-minute winner, and then a 5-4 win against Fulham. It's still 6 points, isn't it? Oh! Decision! Decision! Decision, ref! He's given a goal kick. Well, I've seen them given as a penalty. I've seen them given. I've seen them given. Lots of people saying penalty. Not going to get given, is it? I've seen that given. That could have been a penalty for Fulham. Where's VAR now? Rub says, what's going on? Game is gone. Definite penalty, says Rocket Man. I don't know what's going on with my Sky here. It's jolting around really bad. It's been absolutely fine, and now it's just jolting. Let's calm down a little bit now. Last minute or so, it's just been going. 48% if you think Verstappen will win it. Norris 43%. Piastri 9%. I'll get rid of that. Stacey says never a penalty. Well, we've got 5 minutes of normal time, but I think it will end up with at least 5 minutes added on. Oh, Donnarumma taking a risk there. You never know, though. City could still get something and kill it off. We will be covering the second half of Newcastle Spurs, but we'll stay to the end of this. One of the best games in a long, long time in the Premier League. City just looking to take the sting out of the game. Still 1-0 to Everton, 4 minutes to go there. Bernardo Silva down the right-hand side. Good little bit of play, but he's won it back again. Bassey's got it as well. Doesn't use it. Cherky. Fulham trying to play through the City press. And I thought Stones was going to get there, but that's going to be a corner if it goes. Oh no, he's kept it in. Fulham keep it in. It's a good run. It's a very good run. And he got a bit greedy. He got a bit greedy because it was a good run by Chukwueze. The mad thing is, if City win this, they've conceded 6 goals in the last 2 games and won both games. I mean, who concedes 6 goals in 2 games and wins both? The team that scores 8. Three minutes to go. Need to see Fulham win this, as Gio. Come on, Fulham, says Coleman. It's done it again. It's gone again now. There it is, back again. I don't think it's even raining outside. Have a look. No. Need to get the ball up the other end here. Hey, ref, book him. He's taken ages on this throw-in on purpose. Look at Vardiel. He's had that for about an hour. Bloody time wasting. Eddie Mack says, are my eyes deceiving me? Fulham 4. Yeah, but it's still a win for City. Still a good result for City. They'd have took 1-0 tonight. And they win a free kick. Moyes is backing up. Top half at the table, says Rob. I mean, Everton are an incredibly funny team, aren't they? Oh, it's just 1 minute. I'm just wondering if somebody else is on Sky or something, because it's racking it up for me. I think I've figured it out. Person in the kitchen's watching the same thing and it makes it stutter. Techno people, tell me what that's all about. Seems to me when the one in the kitchen's on, this one struggles. Strange. 8 minutes added on. Newcastle and Spurs has started, but we're not going there. We're staying here. Mine's not the main box, no. I've never had that before, though. When the main box is on, it's normally fine. But when the main box is on now, it seems to cause interference with this one. I'll do some Google. AI will know the answer. Match reaction while I'm watching Newcastle Spurs. I think City are going to get this done. Oh, they're definitely going to get it done. No, they're not. Come on, Leno, you've got to be quick. Oh, what a rubbish throw out, Leno. I think City get this done. Still 7 minutes, though. City are just playing keep ball now. Look, boo, you're boring. Boring. That's boring. I don't want you to play like that. So we've got about 7 minutes to go here. Absolute classic. Nearly 14,000 watching. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have got Liverpool, Sunderland, Villa, Brighton, Arsenal, Brentford. If we get anywhere near the excitement of this. Unreal game, says Zez. Man City were 5-1 up at one point. Nice little switch of the play here. Kevin. No, he's overdone that. And he's given a free kick. Randy says, Bournemouth in crisis. 4 losses and 1 draw. Last 5 Premier League games. Yeah, well, at least it wasn't a draw. Liverpool-Sunderland predict. I think Liverpool-Sunderland's going to be a lot closer than people think. I really do. I don't live in Ireland, no, whoever's asking that. It's me's just gifted gifting a membership as well. Legend, thank you. Sunderland did beat Chelsea away. I think Sunderland... Look, even if Liverpool win tomorrow, I think it's going to be another... It's only the third time this season I've watched Sunderland as well. Arsenal game. And Fulham just can't... It seems to me whenever I turn this game on, Fulham play crap. I need to turn it off and they'll equalise. Whenever I've had this game on, Fulham have been shit. No, I saw 1 Fulham goal. Semenyu's fell off. It's Probably thinking about a transfer, isn't he? People are saying turn it off. I have seen a goal. If I hadn't seen a goal, I would turn it off. But Fulham aren't doing anything here. I'm surprised. I'm not turning it off. I'm keeping it on. I don't want to miss this equaliser if we get it. But City seem to have sorted themselves out because Fulham just can't. Hey, book him for that! You cheat, Turkey the cheat. Chirky, cheat. Booting the ball away. Hot head. That's what he is. We've only got 3 minutes left now. Fulham, you've got to commit. It's now or never. Get bodies in the box. Come on. You're wasting time. Get the ball in the box. Kevin, don't take him on. You lost it last time, and you've done it again. Lovely play, Kevin. Oh, that was it. That was the chance. That was the chance. Or was it? They're still on the attack. No. It was a lovely cutback by Kevin, but wasn't to be. Everton have beaten Bournemouth 1-0. And Fulham have given a silly foul on Cherky. He'll lie down for about an hour now. He's actually caught it in the face. I think he actually is hurt. Or is he? I don't know. Stop the clock, ref. Stop the clock. This was good play by Kevin, though. Down the left-hand side. Does really well. Cuts it back. You're just waiting for a Fulham player. I'm thinking this is going to be the moment. It's the cutback and no one's there. Unfortunately, nobody's there. Everton are on the same points as Man United. Yeah, but we play on Thursday. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right, so we will. To be fair, since the fourth goal, Fulham haven't really done anything, have they? They've had about 15 minutes. And Rub says, whoever's playing Arsenal next, beat them. Foden's coming off here for Aki. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? Great effort by Fulham, but no cigar. Abim says, I'm a Man City fan and I'm on the edge. Well, look, one thing you can't say about Man City is that they're not entertaining. They are very entertaining. Maybe Pep's thought that. You know, maybe Pep was like, if I'm going to stay, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to play entertaining football. Probably about 2 minutes left, I would say. Kevin, pass. Oh, he's cleared it off the line. Unbelievable. I thought it was going to go in. I just can't believe he's not got that in. Vardiel. I think he cleared it off the line. It was a brilliant clearance. I think it was rather easy, but it looked like it was going in for a moment. Oh, mate, it's not going to happen, is it? It was a pass that looked like it was going to go through to Donnarumma. Yeah, I mean, it is quite an easy clearance at the end of the day, but almost. We're into the... Well, we've had the 8 minutes, but obviously Cherky was down injured, so we might get a little bit more here. It's gone long. Donnarumma doesn't fancy that. Nobody fancies that. Kevin's got it. He's got it in the box. Iwobi. Berg. Kevin. Still Kevin. Corner. Go. Corner. Corner. Come on. Apparently it's my fault, Sir King Josh. I don't know what you're talking about. Kevin's got potential. Kevin! I'd love to do Home Alone. This is it for Fulham. Not a good... Handball, ref. No, that's it. And that's the end of the game. He blows the whistle. So close. So close. But for Pep, it's 3 points, and that's all he'll be bothered about. It's a win. A win is a win. And City have won. Right, let's go to... I bet it's still 0-0. Let's go Newcastle Spurs. I didn't jinx it because they scored the 4th goal when I was watching it. So I can't have jinxed it, can I? Should have been a penalty. Well, could have been a penalty. I mean, looking at City's next few games, they've got Sunderland on Saturday, Palace away, Brentford at home, West Ham at home. They've got some very winnable games, Man City. Yeah, they have got some very winnable games. If Mateta was penalty, Fulham should feel hard done by, says Du. Yeah, they should, but such is life. They didn't get it. Look, look. In fairness, I can't believe I'm saying this. I can see why it wasn't a penalty, but I have seen them given, and you'd go, "Oh, that's a bit soft." But you have seen them given. So City have won 5-4. Everton have won as well at Bournemouth. Bournemouth on a terrible run at the moment. Is Semenyo dropping off because he wants to move? Bournemouth, such a good start to the season, but really struggling now. Really struggling now. Let me just change the situation because we actually, you know what? If you just said to me which game's going to be 5-4 and which game's going to be 0-0, I'd have said Fulham Man City 0-0. Well, I wouldn't have said 0-0, but I would have thought 5-4 in the Newcastle Spurs game, to be honest. Let me just change this all back. So, get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And we'll bring in that, and that. So that's how the league table's looking now. Man City 2 points off Arsenal, but Arsenal have a game in hand. Obviously, they're playing Brentford tomorrow, so you'd expect them to win. But we're starting to get a little bit of... well, Villa could keep it going, but we are starting to get a little bit of a gap between the top 3, certainly, and maybe Villa. If they win tomorrow, we're starting to get a bit of a segue between the top 4, top 3. Is that going to continue? Probably shouldn't be that hard to beat Leeds and Fulham, though, should it? Says WC. Well, that's why I think Man City are very entertaining at the moment, you know? Roll on West Ham, says Eddie Mack. See you Thursday. Get your arse back here tomorrow, mate. There'll be some good games tomorrow night. Brighton Villa, Liverpool Sunderland. You never know with Brentford as well. I mean, I know a few Arsenal fans, and they're not convinced that they haven't got a draw at home to someone like Brentford in them this season. It did happen a couple of times last year. I don't think they're that team anymore, but... Madrid play Man City next Wednesday as well. We'll be doing that. Looking forward to that. Chelsea Leeds tomorrow as well, Creeper. Yes, I do keep forgetting that one. I expect Chelsea to win. I think they played very, very well against Arsenal at the Bridge on Sunday. But are we expecting too much of Chelsea for that level of consistency? They are still a young side, but I think they will win tomorrow. I think they're in the race. And to be fair, many of you did call it. A couple of weeks ago, you said, are Chelsea in a title race? And I said, I don't think they are, but they are. The good thing is, I think we've got more of a title race than we've got a relegation race. I think the relegation race is done. I think Wolves, Leeds and Burnley are going to go down. Excuse me. Villa's next 2 games are tough, Jason. He says, how many points do you think they're going to get in the next 2 games? Brighton away, Arsenal at home. I think Villa at home to... You've got United at home coming up as well. I think Villa, Arsenal... be a tough game. I think Arsenal might win that. But it'd be, I mean, we're doing it at 12:30, aren't we, on Saturday? But I think that'll be an interesting game. Sophie says Leeds are staying up, Mark. I mean, I'd like Leeds to stay up because I think when United play Leeds, it's always a good game. We normally get 6 points as well. United says, I think Wolves might get a win against United. Now, hopefully Wolves will get some points tomorrow against Forest, and then they'll lose against us because they'll be so excited that they've got 3 points and they've more than doubled their points. Ken says Villa always beat Arsenal. I thought Arsenal went there and won last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Arsenal to draw their usual 3 in a row, says Temptation. When does City and Chelsea play? I will talk to you about those in a minute. Spurs on top here against Newcastle. I mean, such a weird team, Spurs. It's almost like they prefer to play away from home. Well, they do. Their home record's really good, isn't it? Sorry, their away record's very good. City don't really have a difficult game on paper until the 4th of Jan when they play Chelsea at the Etihad. Sunderland away might be difficult on New Year's Day, to be fair. It's all Spurs at the moment. Udogie, corner. Oh, I haven't done the timer here, sorry. What are we at? 62. Anthony Gordon's coming on. There we go. That's the right time now. Purple Burglar Alarm says Spurs play better away from home because they're away from their fans. Well, you definitely won't be able to hear the fans here because you're right up in the gods at St James's Park, so they won't be able to hear them. There was something I wanted to just do. Right, we've got a corner here for Spurs. Premier League home and away tables. Let me tell you this. Tottenham are 3rd in the league for away form. If they won today, they'd be top. So only Arsenal have got more points than Spurs away from home, 14 to 13. But home form, I mean, this is mad. This is absolute madness. This is true, right? Spurs away form, 2nd in the league. Spurs home form, 2nd from bottom. Have you ever seen such insanity? How can that be a thing? It's nearly Christmas. Spurs away form, 2nd in the league. Spurs home form, 2nd from bottom. I mean, I don't think I've ever known anything like that. It's just mad. It's absolutely mad. Oh, that's a lovely breakaway here. Murphy. No, he was only ever thinking about shooting, wasn't he? Yeah, you can't put your hat on that. You really can't. I can't. I knew they were good away from home and I knew they were crap at home, but that's madness. I mean, imagine that. Voltameda. He's too slow there. But Bruno G wasn't. He wins it back. They want the points, Newcastle. They're still playing catch-up. That's an interesting cross. Go for a corner. Yeah, Bruno G came on for Tonali. Spurs haven't made any subs yet. That pass by Bruno Guimaraes into Jacob Murphy as well was absolutely incredible. No wonder Pep wanted Bruno G. Great player. Spurs are Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, basically, says Tanishka. Oh, 100%. 100%. WC Bosch says, you've got to look at the league. City have got all their tough away fixtures to come, whereas Arsenal have had theirs. Oh, what a hit. Was that Miley? Good block, though. Comes back in. Referee gives the foul. I don't think that was. If Villa hadn't started the season so poorly, would they be challenging Arsenal for the Premier League? Oh, yeah. I mean, Villa's start to the season, Balthier, was incredibly bad, wasn't it? I think Vicario would have saved that shot from Livramento, it was. I think he would have saved it, but it was a good block anyway. Another double substitution here. Anthony Elanga and Anthony Gordon coming on. I think Ramsdale's done all right. Fun games, yeah. Akon says Man City versus Fulham was Barclays' heritage. It was very good. Fair play to Fulham for getting, because I thought that was going to be like 7 or 8-1. We don't want a 0-0. Spurs haven't had a shot on target, though. Look at that. Not had a shot on target. I think we'll get a goal here. I think now Gordon, Elanga on. I mean, that's not a bad pair of subs to make, is it? Newcastle's starting to get... What? Referee. Newcastle are starting to get a little bit of squad depth. Good take by Vicario there. I think once they get Wizard, you've got Barnes, Murphy, Voltemeda, Wizard, Gordon, Elanga. Bergvall again, good cross, but they don't have anyone to read it. I think Bergvall's been Spurs' best player. But as I was saying in the first half, I'm stunned about how... Lovely ball by Bruno G again. I'm stunned about Anthony Elanga. I'm sure he'll settle in at some point. Here's Gordon. Corner. Do you watch Stranger Things? If so, please review. Says, I will watch it. I am ready to watch it. I've just not started watching it yet. I mean, some people will have watched it all, won't they? But... No, you can't watch it all because there's more to come, isn't there? But it's not really... It's a lot of time to watch Stranger Things when it's not... I want to watch Christmas stuff, so... Voltemeda, I think he was offside there. Yeah, offside. Pendy says, Bergvall's football IQ is higher than the rest of his teammates. They just stand and watch. He's on a different level to most of them. I think he's a brilliant player. I'd love him at United. He'll leave Spurs for good money at some point. If they can't match his... they can't match his ambitions. I think Spurs are just looking for something, anything here. Although, as we say, they're a good away side, apparently. Bergvall United fan as well. Well, he used to follow me on Instagram. And then when he signed for Spurs, he unfollowed me. It's his mistake. Richarlison's going to come on here. And Simmons. Do I think Sweden will qualify for the World Cup? I mean, those playoffs, those World Cup playoffs in March are going to be very interesting. I didn't realise you've basically got it's one-legged games and you've got to beat 2 countries to do it. So there'll be some absolutely brilliant games. Good play by Anthony Gordon here. Cut back, Voltemeda. Bruno G. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! He's been so good since he came on. Some brilliant passing, and that's an absolute stonker. Stonker of a goal by Bruno G. Brilliant play by Anthony Gordon down the wing. Cuts it back. Voltemeda lays it off. And Bruno Guimaraes, what an absolutely brilliant finish. What a goal by Bruno G. Absolutely brilliant. What a goal. 1-0 to Newcastle. I think many of us predicted they would win tonight. And that is an absolute cracker. Absolute cracker. I mean, we've not really seen it from behind yet, but we are about to. But it looked like an absolutely brilliant finish. Look at the pace by Anthony Gordon. Inspired substitution. Laid off by Volt. I mean, there's a lot to do from there. That is a great finish. He's from where he is there, and to hit it with his right foot. Oh, come on. He's cut around that. Look at that from there. That is brilliant. That is a brilliant goal. That's one of the best goals I've seen this season, that. To do that and come round the ball and put it in the bottom corner. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Who used to say that? Norfolk, Farmer, Turkey. Bernard Matthews, FC that was. Beautiful. Beautiful. Brilliant. Fantastic player as well. One of my favourite players outside of Man United, Bruno Guimaraes. And it's going to be hard for Spurs now. The heads will drop. The lights will go off. And it's the subs that have made a difference, isn't it, for Newcastle? Anthony Gordon, Bruno G. Didn't start the game, but they've made the impact. And that's strong defending by... How do you pronounce his name? Is it Tor? Where does that put Newcastle, Mark? Well, we should be able to see. We should be able to see. I'm sure it's updated. There we go. Up to 7th. And another team like Villa, terrible start to the season for Newcastle. But the trouble about Newcastle is when they start coming, they don't stop. But they are... What I'm trying to say is that when they hit form... I mean, this is what I mean. I'd hate to see Eddie Howe get sacked because I want to see an English coach playing at the highest level. But also, when he gets them going, they're very relentless, you know. Look at what they did at Goodison Park. I mean, Everton have had 2 wins on the road without conceding a goal at Old Trafford and Bournemouth, but they got absolutely pumped. I mean, Newcastle were coming hard that day. 4-1 at the David Dickinson. Is it David Dickinson? Or is he home? He's home under the house. Is he still alive, David Dickinson? Imagine if he got progressively more orange the more he got older. David Dickinson. Are you alive? He's only 42. No, he's 84. He's still with us. As of this minute, because at that age you just don't know. As of this minute, he's still with us. David Dickinson. Homes under the hammer. Bargain hunt, sorry. '84. Switch the Brunos, please, says Micho. Well, Bruno G's a proper midfielder, isn't he? Bruno F is a number 10. They should be playing in the same team. But the way it is at the moment, they play in the same bloody position, so you could actually do an either-or. Liverpool fan here, love the channel, Mark, says Jay. Well, let's see what you've got tomorrow. I'm looking forward to some great games tomorrow. Liverpool-Sunderland, I'm really hoping that. It's going to be... Oh, great save for Cario from Miley. Hit it well in the bottom corner. Good save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're back live tomorrow night at 7:30. It all kicks off again. We've got 7:30 games and 8:15 games, but tomorrow night it all kicks off with, what do we got? Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton against Villa, and Burnley against Palace, and Wolves against Forest, all kicking off at 7:30. Then it's Leeds, Chelsea, and Liverpool, Sunderland at 8:15, which will be half time for the 7:30 games. So, yeah, predominantly we'll be keeping. They need to do that multi-view thing. Do you think they'll do the multi-view thing tomorrow night? That multi-view thing's really good, but I don't know what channel it wasn't on tonight, but it is really good. Am I banned from David Dickinson? Probably. VBA, probably. Has Howe taken them as far as he can? I think if he gave him a massive squad, he should have dived there, Moani. I think he'd have got a penalty there if he went down. Watch this. It's good play. He wins it back. He's into the box. Nah, there's probably no one there. If I'd have had a little bit of contact, I'd have been flying through the air like Aled Jones. I'd have been singing it as I went. I would have gone, walking in the air. B-A-R-F. B-A-R. We're walking in the air. Doo-doo. Yeah. Moani's coming off anyway. Would you beat Gary Neville in hand-to-hand combat, says Ant? I'll let you decide about that. I think I'd beat him at chess and pool and table tennis and running. Connor says, do you think Arsenal will win the Champions League? I think Arsenal's priority at the moment is the Premier League, and I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I'd be very aware of Man City and Chelsea at the moment. I think they're both very capable of pushing, you know. Do you miss the live calls from fans? Was good, says Hyper. I can't miss something I don't bloody remember. When was that? Are City favourites if Rodri comes back before February? How long's Rodri out for, Atta? I mean, I always forget about him. Not trying to be mean or something. I just don't know the history and I'm not from the UK. Goal! Spurs! Well, Romero. That's put a cat amongst the pigeons. Meow. It's, wow. There you go. Spurs away. Come to play. He's a bit of a shithouse, Romero, isn't he? But look, he's got a goal. I don't know whether he's gone up front on purpose, but he's up against Dan Burn. The cross comes in and he beats him. Just pure strength. It's just quite an easy goal. I mean, Dan Burn just gets, I don't know, it's tired or it's a good header. It's good goal. Both captains scoring as well, says Pendit. That's a good goal from 10 minutes to go. Romero, 1-1. Salamander says, I'm not trying to be rude or mean. I just don't know the history and I'm not from the UK. Why is Spurs considered a top 6 club in the Premier League? Because traditionally the top 6 clubs in the Premier League are Spurs is in it in relation to position and average position and European qualifications. So, yeah. Newcastle have gone from 7th to 13th. They've just disappeared outside the top 10. Voltamader's turned into Peter Crouch, says Anthony. It's weird with Voltamader because I don't know loads about him. I really was quite excited as part of the Bundesliga coverage to watch him play for Stuttgart because they call him Volta Messi. But look, it's like anything, isn't he? He's new to the league. He has scored a few goals and he's young. So Burns been so bad at defending this season, says Laka. Look, if that was a Man United player and we conceded a goal like that, having gone 1-0 up late on, I would be going in on that, on Dan Burns there, certainly. But in relation to Spurs' recent form, they'd be very happy with a point here, whereas Newcastle, they need to be winning games. Good take by Voltemada there. Lays it off. Corner. Still 10 minutes to go. Newcastle will push for this now, which could leave opportunities on the break. Malipa says, has Alanga impressed at Newcastle? Yeah, get your questions in. Alanga at Forest last season was amazing, wasn't he? But I don't know. It's I actually thought it was a very intelligent signing for Newcastle, and it still could be. But he's not had the best of starts. I mean, Murphy's a consistent performer for Newcastle. That was Spurs' first shot on target as well, says Zana. I do love midweek Prem fixture. Oh, I thought he got a better flick than that. It's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty on Dan Burns, really. Then again, we got one, didn't we, against Fulham? Bassey on Luke Shaw. I mean, it happens a lot. And he might have got his head on that, to be fair. I mean, he is in the flight of the ball. I don't think you'll get a penalty for it, but we have seen him given. I think they might be having a look at this. It's the flight of the ball. I think it's coming towards Dan Burn. I mean, it's literally going to go on his head. I think you've got to look at it because it's harsh, but the ball's... If Dan Burns heading that in, you do see it in a lot of penalty boxes, but the problem is Dan Burn is standing exactly where that ball's going to go. I think it has to be a penalty. You do see it all the time. He's going to VAR. Yeah, I think he's got to give it. I think it's ridiculously harsh on Spurs, but it has to be a penalty because... Let's get a poll going. Should it be a pen before he makes his mind up? It's harsh. Yes or no? Should it be a pen? I think for me, if the ball doesn't go anywhere near Dan Burn, I'm not looking at a penalty. But look at where Dan Burn is. And if he doesn't get pulled down, Bentancur can't win the header. So watch. Bentancur can't win this header. Dan Burn, if he stands up, gets a header on goal. It's not really... I mean, look. It's about where the ball's going to go. And the ball is going to go on Dan Burn's head. So why can't Dan Burn head it? Because Bentancur's pulled him to the ground. It happens in every penalty box. And it is harsh. But I can see why they're looking at it. I'd be fuming. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be bloody fuming. I'd be saying this happens 100 times every bloody game. And you should be giving 3 or 4 penalties a game. But we got one against Fulham, and I said it at the time. It's a bit harsh because it happens all the time. But every now and again, they look at it and they go, we're going to give a penalty. And you can probably watch the Man City game, the Fulham game, which was the same game. You could probably find it in this game and say, well, that's happened there and they didn't give it. I think the problem is... because the ball is coming towards Dan Burn from the flick on, he can't head it because he's on the floor. Why is he on the floor? Well, they've come together and it looks like a foul. So, what the hell is on Gordon's head, says Raphael. Pete says, I can't wait to see Esteban and Palmer. Neutrals agree. And Vishesh says, if Wolves beat Man United, we need That's Football merch. Okay. Robbery, says Nielsen. Well, only 53% of you say it's a penalty, and I respect that. I respect the fact that it is a split. I really do, because I think it's really harsh on Spurs. But as soon as I saw it on the replay and the referee was going like that, I thought they're going to go VAR and he's going to give it because they're going to look at that and they're going to go, look, Dan Burn would have had a chance and he's pulled him to the ground. But the problem is it happens so often in the penalty box and they're not always given. It is soft. It is soft, 100%. Redemption for Dan Burn, though, at fault for the Romero goal and looks like he's won the penalty that could put Newcastle ahead. But I feel Vicario might go low left and save this. No, okay, he went high left, high right, and he went low right. 2-1 to Newcastle. They're back into 7th. Can Spurs come back again? They've only had one shot on goal and they scored for it. I don't know whether they can get back again. 50-50 on whether it was a penalty or not. And it's 2-1 to Newcastle. I'm trying to see what's on his head. Oh, it's... I think they call it an Alice band, don't they? Spurs robbed, says Arnie. Interesting penalty by Anthony Gordon because it was sort of right of centre. But the keeper had gone the wrong way anyway. So, Spurs. Still probably got about 10 minutes to get back into this. 4 normal and I'd say about 6 added on. Sub makes the difference again, Mark, as well. Good point from Addy. Never a penalty. Robbed, never a penalty. And I hate Spurs, says Danny. You know why a lot of people don't like that to be a penalty? It's the same as what I said when we got one. I think it was Bassi on Mount at Fulham. You take it, but what worries you about it is you're like, this happens every corner. And if we're either giving a penalty every corner or you're just getting these sporadic ones that are really unfair because it's not consistent. And we got one against Fulham and we missed it. Did we miss it? Or did Bruno score it? I think Bruno missed it anyway. See, is that not one there? Has Richarlison not been pushed in the back? You know, you start looking at it now and you think, see, Richarlison saying I've been pushed in the back by Livramento. I don't think he was, to be fair. Connor says, do you think they should get rid of VAR? I don't think VAR is the problem. I think it's the people who are in charge of it. They're just re-refereeing games, aren't they? That's when it becomes problematic. Oh, lovely ball. Lovely ball. And referee. I don't think Alanga was going to get there ahead of Vicario, but I do think he was pulled a bit by Danzo. Foul on Bruno G. The game is gone, says Zeffy. Happened in the Palace Bournemouth game as well, says Manny. The thing is, what we want in football is consistency. And what we don't get is consistency on that. Like, that Dan Burn penalty will happen in a load of games tomorrow and it won't even get looked at. He's dragged to the ground. If it's outside the box, everyone will say it's a foul, so it has to be a penalty, says Adrian. And that's the other side of the coin. But what I would say, Adrian, is, well, we need to give about 6 penalties a game then, because it does happen a lot. Where are Spurs in the table? They are currently in 14th place with 18 points. Which is lucky, because if Fulham had got a win tonight, well, Fulham weren't going to get a win tonight, but they're quite safe in 14th, Tottenham, because Fulham have already played and Forest are 6 points behind, so they'll be okay. But 14th is not where Spurs want to be. That's the problem. They've got a massive game on Saturday against Brentford, obviously Thomas Frank's old club. Then they've got Forest away, and they've got Liverpool at home, Palace away. Every game looks difficult for Spurs because you just don't know what you're going to get, do you? You don't know what you're going to get. I don't want consistency in football. I want Chelsea to win everything. Don't care about others, and Arteta can eat shit, says Rub. Lovely stuff. Lovely message there, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? I'm already looking forward to tomorrow night already. I'm having to do United stand shows at 6:45, but we don't get midweek Premier League games that often, so let's enjoy it. The Christmas tree's up. Got a great community. Lovely stuff. Nine minutes added on. 9 minutes added on here. I'm really tired today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Do you think Man United will get top 4? I wouldn't have thought we'd get top 4. I mean, I think that would... I said at the start of the season, I'm not going to change my mind. When you say something at the start of the season, it's still relevant, even if circumstances change. If United got top 4, I think Amrin would deserve a medal. Because when you look at the top 4 last year, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City and Arsenal, they were the top 4 last year, and they've spent incredibly well. So I think those 4, in over a 38-game season, will be top 4. But 5th place is up for grabs. Certainly. Barca are 4 points ahead of Madrid. Galactico who, says Mozza. Daniel, I will go back and find it. I liked the old school crest on the Spurs kit, says Rasif. And what was it like to watch Pele in the flesh? Oh, it was really worth me going back to that, Daniel, wasn't it? I've got to get my career mode back, and I've got to do Cooking with Goldbridge. I've got to get that back next week. I don't find La Liga interesting. I'm like Savage. It's 50 years of the same 2 clubs. I mean, respect if you watch La Liga, but I don't find it very interesting. And people will say, well, you like the Bundesliga and it's Bayern. But, like, Bayern are a very good team, and so are Barcelona and Real Madrid. But there's a lot of goals, and there's a lot of other talents and young players in it. Look, what I'm trying to say is each their own, but for me, it doesn't do it. I've gone off at the Italian league as well, and that is normally a very competitive league. Hi, Mark. I've missed the game, says Sorry, Neo. Not looking good for the Hotspurs. Does this mean Super Frank is in super trouble? 14th in December is worse than Ange. The trouble you got is that you bring a manager like Thomas Frank in and you expect instant results. Look at Manchester United and Amrin. We're still playing crap football a year in, but our league position is okay. So what you're looking at with Thomas Frank is after 4 months, you're going to sack him because the improvement's not what you want it to be. Spurs players at the moment are just, oh my God. And that's why Ramsdale shouldn't be a goalkeeper. I mean, what is he doing there? What is Ramsdale doing there? I mean, you can't do anything about it because Pope is injured, but he's just cost you the win, lads. Romero, some would say it's justice, but that should never be going in. I mean, it's an overhead kick, but I reserve judgment for a moment, but he's got to save that. He's got to save that, surely. It's gone a long way. First things first. He's not punched it away very well. The overhead kick, nah, there's no power on that. He shinned that overhead. I mean, it's a great effort by Romero, but look at him, he shins it. That ball goes a long way from Romero. Watch. Nah, he's got to anticipate that. He's got to anticipate it. He's got to follow the flight of the ball and dive. That's on the keeper, that. Keeper's got to save that. It's the old Onana trick where you don't react because you think it's going to hit somebody else. You've got to follow the track of the ball. As a goalkeeper, you've got to see where that ball's going. You've got to anticipate it's going to go the same way. Well, a lot of people wanted Ramsdale in goal for Pope. I think Pope's injured at the moment, so you've got to play Ramsdale, but he's got to save that. Watch this. Watch Ramsdale here. Watch Ramsdale here. So, overhead kick by Romero. I don't think the angle's going to be very good. He definitely shins it. And he just doesn't dive. Doesn't dive till it's too late. It's going to be a good point for Spurs, and it's going to be a real kick in the teeth for Newcastle because it's 2 shots on target for Spurs, and they've scored them both. The English Onana, they're calling him in the chat. At least look, we've been very fortunate. We've had the Man City game where we've had 9 goals, and then we had nothing in the first half of this, but we weren't really watching it. And then the second half, we've had 4. So we've had a lot of goals. Surely Spurs will hold on here. They might even win it. Joe Robinson said, 2-till teacher said to me today, you're a legend. Did they teach me? That's my old school. I doubt it. I've said before, I'm more than happy to come back and do a little speech on why I'm the best pupil they've ever had. Just got to build the statue. I'm not paying for it. Calling restaurants to see if they serve pigs in blankets on Christmas sounds like a Monty Python skit, says the Fonz. This is why I would never go out for Christmas dinner, because there's too many essentials that have to... I look forward to Christmas dinner every year. It's one of my favourite meals. I'll never repeat it any other time of the year. It's one of my favourite meals. But there are components that have to be there. I remember going to somebody's house for Christmas a few years ago and they didn't have gravy. They had everything else, but they didn't have gravy, and that was it. I just got up and left. I ate it, but I moaned behind their back. You don't want to be rude, but yeah, that's the trouble if you go out for Christmas dinner. You might pay a lot of money, and the chef might be up their own arse and go, "I've got a twist. I'm gonna serve you turkey, but I'm not gonna do pigs in blankets. I'm gonna do prunes in lettuce." Yeah. No gravy's criminal, I know. Criminal. And it was deliberate. Who've Newcastle got next, Mark? Well, it's 3 points that they thought they were going to get that they're not going to get. They're at home to Burnley on Saturday, so they should win that. But the problem is they would have thought win today and then win against Burnley, and then you're starting to move, aren't you? Sunderland have got a couple of really tough games. Anfield and the Etihad. What are we saying? Nothing. Guaranteed Spurs lose at home to Brentford on Saturday, says Pete. Well, we're into the 9th minute. It's going to be a good point for Spurs, this, and they're on the attack. Who would you buy as goalkeeper if Martinez says no, says Jonas? I don't think Man United will go for Martinez anyway, because I think Lemens is now the established number 1, so we probably should go for another younger goalkeeper, I think. Chelsea got to go to a few big teams as well. This month will be crazy for the league. Well, Spurs have got a corner here. Imagine if they win it. They have got an amazing away record. And Ramsdale catches that. And that's it. I think Ramsdale makes a right pig's ear of that, to be honest, but he doesn't seem that disappointed, so maybe he doesn't think he did, but I do. I think he's got to save the second one. The penalty is a little bit dubious as well, so I wouldn't say a draw is the right result. I think Newcastle will feel that they should have won it. Bruno G and Romero, Brazil and Argentina. You like to see a bit of that. So the draw is probably about right, but I think Newcastle will feel they could have got something a bit better than that. But Newcastle look like they're on the way back. It's just a couple of drop points, isn't it? There we go. There we go. 2 points lost for Newcastle. I think that's it, Esk. Look, fantastic. What would be your Christmas dinner as a starting 11? Is there 11 components in a Christmas dinner? Turkey, roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, carrots, parsnips, Brussels sprouts, bread sauce, cranberry sauce, ham, red cabbage, stuffing. Yeah, I've hit 11 easy. There's probably more than that. Yorkshire puddings, 12. Yeah, you could easily. You could make a squad. Lamb on a Christmas dinner, Elks. Don't know about that. Fantastic show tonight, everybody. You've been absolutely incredible. Bit of a late one because of the later kickoffs, but we are back tomorrow night at 7:30 for 6 games tomorrow. So it's going to be massive. Make sure you're here from 7:30 live on That's Football. And I'm on United Stand at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And you can check out my West Ham preview on the United Stand, which is live now. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll speak to you all later.